Welcome. Today we're going to be taking a little journey to a very special place that maybe some of you have never heard of. And it's to kind of showcase a special event that only happens once a year. So I had the pleasure of going down to Connecticut to compete in a tree climbing competition. So that's what this video is going to be about. And it's going to show you basically what it's all about. Every single state or chapter, as they call it, which can be comprised of several states, will host an event where there are 5 events for preliminaries and then one final, what they would call master's climb. And basically it's to showcase your skills as a climbing arborist, right? These 5 events are comprised of throwline skills. You know, we throwline to get into trees. Our belayed speed climb, which is just how fast you can maneuver climbing up a tree without a rope. Then we have an ascent event, which is how fast you can climb up a rope with your ascenders. And then you have your work climb, which is more like your traditional tree work, which is touch certain bell stations. We have a handsaw bell station, a pole saw bell station, log toss, a limb walk, and then you have to land in a certain landing zone within a certain amount of time. All these events are timed, by the way. And then you have your aerial rescue, which is try to rescue a dummy. Every single situation varies depending on the state. So some can be a little bit more difficult, some can be pretty easy. But yeah, this certain event was held in Connecticut, and I had a couple of buddies that I know from there that, you know, when they posted about it, I figured it'd be a good opportunity for me to go and practice before my home state. Because the thing about that is, after the preliminaries are done with those 5 events, the top 3 or sometimes 4 competitors with the highest scores, and basically you get scored in a rubric, and then they tally up all those points. So whoever gets the highest points, top 3 or 4 people, get to compete in a master's climb, which is comprised of either one really big tree or several trees to do kind of like a work climb, but you have to actually install all your ropes instead of the ropes being installed for you. So yeah, it's a very cool event. For those of you that have never seen it, I highly suggest just checking it out. It's free to go. You know, they'll host it at a local park, and you can just look it up. Whatever state you're in, you can look up tree climbing competition for your state, and typically something will come up, so you can get a show for free. I mean, just watch some really badass climbers climb and do their thing. So without being too long-winded of an intro, let's get to the actual video. I'm here. I gotta dial in some gear. It's been a really busy week for me. I didn't get a chance to get everything situated and whatnot. Didn't get a chance to buy the gear that I wanted either. So I gotta get my rope runners synced up to the rope that I'm going to use for tomorrow, and we'll figure out the rest. But I'll do a little walk around of the event. I'm here a day early, so you can see got all my gear. We're just gonna figure stuff out, and yeah, tomorrow will be the actual event. So look at this. This is a process that we call milking the rope, and the reason that I'm doing this is because sometimes these ropes, the inner core, you see they have an outer sheath that hides the core. This red rope here is the core. And that's what structurally holds most of your weight, is the inner, right? But as you can see here, I need to get the jacket back over this, and probably we're gonna end up with some excess of the outer cover. But when your rope starts to do stuff like this, what you want to do is milk it, right? So you're going to grab a prusik, just do an English prusik on a carabiner, tie off one end, and then we're just going to put some tension on it and run that prusik down. We might have to do it once, twice, maybe 3 times. But as you go, you'll see that the rope starts to get tighter here, and the jacket will actually come down. So I gotta do that on the ropes before we adjust it to the rope runner, because that will affect how your devices will perform on the ropes. Check this out, we're getting near the end here, and I want you guys to focus on that tail end, because you'll see how it gets sucked up. See that? The cover's starting to suck it in. We've completely sucked it in now. Boom. We end up with a little bit of excess. May have to do it one more time. I'll do it one more time just to be safe. I'll show you guys what it looks like. But as you can see, we've sucked up that core. Now we have just a tiny little bit of that outer cover. You see how that it's not rigid, has no core. So I'll hit it one more time just to make sure, and then I'll cut that excess off. All right, so we got first event here. Finally finished setting all my stuff. So I'm a little dirty right now. I shouldn't have worn the white shirt, but anyways, first event, what I believe is gonna be our Throwline event, simply because as you can see, the tape is set up. So the points vary. Lowest one, which would be the purple there, would be 3 points. Then you move further up, and looks like we have the green zone there with the pink right under it. That would probably be your 5 points. Then looks like you have your yellow, which would be the next highest. And then finally you have your orange way out here. Those are the tricky ones. Oh, and excuse me, the yellows would be 7 points, and the orange, the trickier ones, would be 9 points. And then if you send up a rope, it's an extra 2 points, I believe. And then you get an extra 2 bonus points if you set a canopy anchor. So like a alpine butterfly, send it up, but you got to make sure it's retrievable. So looking at it, I think looks like the yellows are really easy. That might be the play, at least that one. It'd be kind of easy to get into. Now here's the tricky part too, because if you overshoot it, you're gonna get it over those suckers and struggle. But I think if you're able to undershot it, that might be the play there. Otherwise you could go for the easy 5 points there, plus your canopy and your rope. So that would be an extra, that'd be 7, 9 points right there right off the bat. And you could get another 9 points with the other green if you were able to do that. But yeah, I feel like maybe yellows might be the play. Maybe one yellow canopy anchor and then a green as well. That middle one's really tempting. But as far as like going for the really hard shots, the angle's so steep, I just don't think it would make any sense. Because if you look right here, obviously you have to shoot within this ring, and you're basically shooting straight up, which makes it kind of complicated. Now that other one I feel like you could potentially get, but there's so much crap in the way. Isolating that line would be very difficult. So I think the play, if we're analyzing this correctly, would probably be try to go for the yellows, and then
if you can't get it, you just get the easy 5 points right there in the middle, boom. And at least you're walking away with, you know, your 9 points. Obviously that other green is a little bit more challenging because you have to isolate it either on the backside. When you throw it from here, which this is probably the easier shot to make from here, you're gonna have to send your throw ball up to isolate it over there to get both lines down. But we'll see. I might just play it safe and go for both greens with time, because that's 18 points, then I can get an extra 4 points with time. So we'll see, we'll see. Okay, moving on to the next event is our work climb. So this is the tree that we're all gonna be facing. As you can see, we have our landing zone here. Our horn is gonna be right there just above the yellow tape. So really, or no, wait. Looks like they put the bell up there. So you probably have to walk it back, tap it, and then launch yourself from there to down here. Limb walk looks pretty standard, nothing crazy. It is a little bit extended, so got to be careful there. We have our pole saw station right here. Looks like, I believe we're going to be starting around where that, oh, right there in the middle. So from there, and then where's the first bell? Oh, first hand saw bell is right there. So probably what it's gonna be is start there, launch yourself this way, come over here, and then you got to hit the bell over there with the pole saw, and then walk your way back. Or no, not walk your way back. So you'd really have to reach for that. That looks a little bit tricky there, doesn't it? Especially since that pole saw is pretty short. So probably unclip, and you're gonna have to lanyard yourself down to really reach for it. That's gonna be kind of tricky. That's probably where a lot of people are gonna lose a lot of time. So from there, you have to hoist yourself back up, clip it back on there, come down. That's probably our log toss over there in the back. Hit that with the handsaw, toss 2 logs. I'm guessing the basket's probably gonna be around that area somewhere. And then obviously finish off with a limb walk, hit the tape, run it out, hit the bell, run it back, hit the tape, and then you tap either the horn or the bell, whatever is up there. And then you can come down here if you want, but I think if you hit that bell and get a running start, you can launch yourself. Now the angle is going to be funny, but if you launch yourself with enough speed, I think you can make it right there without having to push yourself off the trunk, because then it's a funky angle anyways. You kind of want the momentum, I think, from over there. You know, if you run it this way, you get more momentum rather than pushing yourself away from the trunk, at least in my opinion. And you can do it a little bit quicker that way, because you just hit the tape, hit the bell, tell them descending, boom, right down there. But let's move on to the next one. So that one I can't talk about too much, but I'm pretty sure those 2 trees are the masters. So for the people that make it through the prelims, they're probably gonna have to climb both of those trees and do like a full climb on both of them. It looks like they set up bells and stuff within them. But yeah, I think that's what's going on there. Or maybe, well, it's kind of weird. They set up tape and stuff on like all 3 of those, but we'll see. Anyways, on to the next one is aerial rescue right here. So let me get a closer look at this. I don't know what the situation is, so we don't really have a full night to kind of think about it. But it looks like a standard little climb. It's nothing crazy. Tie-in point's probably going to be up there. That's probably the access line. And then we have our victims probably going to be dangling from right this area, just coming through here. So if it's for me, I believe it's probably going to be something simple, probably like unconscious, non-responsive, and you just got to get them down. But we'll see. They might come up with some tricky scenario to kind of make us think on our toes. But that's the aerial rescue there. This next one is a little bit of redemption for me because last year in Ohio we had a similar tree, but I had just gotten ingrown nail removed and they removed my entire nail, so I was still healing from that. But as you can see, we got this triple codom white pine, and from the looks of it, you're gonna have to be climbing on this side over here. So the hard part's gonna be the initial step up. Once you make it to that first limb, it's basically like a ladder. You just hoist yourself, grab those limbs without grabbing the line that they're hoisting you up and capturing all that slack. And then once you get to that, past that tape, it becomes a pretty standard ladder run, you know, just how quick you can jump up on a ladder. That's essentially what these trees are. It makes it a little bit easier. But I think if we want to win this, we got to have a really good start down here at the bottom. And not too much more that needs to be said about that. Hey, so for the final event that we have for the prelims, this is our Ascent event. So from the looks of it, we're just climbing up to the bell right there. Got to tap it with your hand, unclip all ascenders, and then tap it again. Time stops. Now I'm kind of grateful because this one's not that tall. Like, that's a really easy run. If I had to guess, that's probably somewhere around the range of like 40-ish feet. I really doubt that's 50 at all. And I'd even bother to guess that might be even like in the 30s almost. It's a really short climb, so kind of happy about that because I got to do the speed climb, which is the white pine that we just saw, and then I have this event afterwards, and those two are like the most exhausting ones. But yeah, I mean, it's not too bad of a run. So unfortunately for me, I didn't bring my weights, but yeah, pretty easy looking one. So hopefully they don't switch it up on us. But that's all the prelim events, and nothing more needs to be said. I mean, we'll see how well we do tomorrow. I mean, I don't think that they'll let me compete in Masters, but it would be cool if I had a crack at it. We'll see how we do. I mean, if nothing else, this is good practice for Ohio, so at least we'll get the nerves out the way and hopefully crush it when Ohio comes around. Also, not to make this video too long, but I kind of did a thing. I ended up ordering these Vivos. I've heard a lot about them. We'll see how well they do. My other boots, my Art Pros, were really torn up from work, and I didn't want to bring them here, so decided I'd try something else. I know a lot of guys that compete and do pruning and whatnot like the Vivos, so trying them out for the comps, we'll see how well that goes. But so far, not the most comfortable shoe for walking. I didn't bring any other shoes with me, so it's kind of what we're stuck with. But you know, this little trip was kind of really rushed and whatnot, but we're doing our best, and maybe I'll do a review on them for some people that are interested in different boots and stuff like that. I was talking to another guy, and he had recommended the Cayo boots and La Sportiva, but yeah, I just wasn't wanting to spend like $400 or $500 right now on a pair of boots. So the Vivos were a little bit cheaper. I think I paid like $270-ish. I got a discount on them, which was nice as well. But they're really hard to come by. For whatever reason, they're sold out on the main website, but I found a reseller that sells them, and luckily I was able to get them in before this comp, so yeah.
No, it was pretty straightforward. The other guy.
All right. Have fun.
We ready?
Yep. Yeah, there you go.
Oh, shit.
Oops.
Ready to come down? I'm ready. Yep.
Running to the branches. Trust us. Alright, and you're down. Good job, climber.
Dang, little mishap. There's always got to be at least one.
Yeah. I'll take that.
Whoop.
Okay. So.
Do you show times or can I see my time?
Yeah. Where are you? If it were another event, they usually don't show you
Oh, really?
because there's a lot of discretionary points. So you're in the 28. So whatever the average is those, so that's really good time.
Thank you.
All right. You have a good time.
Good luck, bro.
Nice job, man.
Yeah.
Tall one, huh?
Huh?
It's a tall one.
Yeah, it's just in between. You gotta leap a little bit.
Yeah.
Kind of
Saw
hoist
you
yourself
jump.
up. Huh?
I saw you jump a couple.
Yeah, yeah.
That's good.
Get the two worst ones out the way first. Maybe.
So the commands are gonna be timers ready, climber ready, set, go.
Okay.
Any questions?
Nope.
Okay. Timers ready. Let me just get my clock ready here. Timers are ready. Climber ready.
Yep.
Set, go.
Come on.
Same commands. Timers ready. Climber ready.
Yep.
Set, go.
Come on, Chairman.
We good? Oh my God. It was unlocked.
It was unlocked.
Yeah, there's a little switch that prevents it from coming down. Yeah, because it's on, right? You see?
Now what works?
Yeah, it's that little yellow button. It was swapped to lock, so when it's locked, no matter what, it's always gonna lock.
So was it on upside down?
No, it was the yellow switch. It was on lock position.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that you put that on.
It was like that beforehand. That was my bad.
Okay.
I don't know if that affects anything.
Okay,
but
so it wasn't. So it couldn't come down. It was locked.
Yeah.
That's why. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna come back. Yeah.
Oh, good luck, boys.
Good job, dude.
So Blake, you're next. Yep. I'm using your ASAP though. Correct.
This event, man.
What that got locked?
Yeah, so this little lever in that position won't allow you to come down.
It sucks.
Yeah. I didn't lose any points on it. I mean, I had it set up properly.
Yeah. Yeah, it was beyond the point where it would matter, so it's fine. It's good.
I should have had to move this up though. I had a lot of missteps in the beginning.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was too much slack in the rope, and I forgot to ask him again.
You can afterwards, right? After you get it set, right?
Yeah, I told him, but I forgot. I was just in the heat of it, and then he called it out, and I was like, oh fuck, time to go. It's all good. I don't really like this setup either. I was just borrowing this from a buddy, but
Those valves.
yeah, I prefer like I having to wait with a foot ascender,
Yeah.
and I just clip it on. It's super nice to adjust and everything.
See what that kid in the first group before us did? He did like battery charger cable clamps.
Oh
See
yeah,
that?
oh yeah, yeah. The problem is if you're too jumpy with your ascent, that
they'll
those
come
can fall off.
Yeah.
How'd you like this being up here?
Oh, good to me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's really high, but then that
Yeah.
just means I don't have to take as high of a step to, you know, get set.
You were zooming. What's you got going?
Oh yeah, you flew, man.
I was expecting that weight at the bottom, but like I was telling him, I was supposed to get that weight a little higher. It's all good though. We're ready?
Go.
Right. Stand clear. Stand clear, pulling line out. Stand clear. Staying clear for the manipulation. Ah. Oh, oh. There we go. Heck yeah. Woo! I hate this event. Luck's with me today, baby, but I need that in Ohio. Stay clear for manipulation. What's my time at?
2:30 on the clock.
Oh wait, whoops, my bad. Score it. Come on. Score. Score. Staying clear. Come on.
Feel better.
Score. 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 Time.
You gotta get that up. You gotta get that tight dress and set.
Oh.
Get that out past that knot. 30 seconds. There you go. You got it.
Score. Time.
Good job.
So glad this one's out the way. Freaking hate it.
Vamos, José. Tú puedes. Con todo. Con espacio. Ahí, con los pasos, ahí.
Staying clear for Bell. Clear. Staying clear for small swing. Staying clear, loose gear. Staying clear for Bell. Staying clear for Bell. Staying clear, stowing, loose gear. Staying clear for small swing. Staying clear for Bell. Staying clear for log toss. Staying clear for log toss. Tape. Stay clear for Bell. Oh. Tape. Stay clear for descent. Oh. Stay clear for descent.
Nice climb.
Thank you.
Good job. Good job, Jose.
Thank you. Thank you.
Jose, that was a great climb, man.
Thank you. Thank you, man.
That was amazing.
First stick of the day, too.
Huh?
First stick of the day.
Really?
Yep.
Yes.
Hopefully it's enough.
Getting landing?
Huh? What?
I can't hear you.
A for effort. Came in hard.
Time,
Go ahead.
guys?
305.
Oh!
Oh my goodness.
Bumble.
591.
Bad.
Not a
The
work
scorer's table they have it on the screen. Yeah.
Cool.
You did
Thank
good,
you.
though.
What's up?
Very well.
That's crispy.
I tried hitting it, man.
Yeah.
It just wouldn't give.
I don't know how to undo that.
Oh, you just tap the two
Yeah,
buttons.
I was
and
trying
up.
to push. What is I pushing the wrong way?
This last
Oh,
one. you
that's-
have to push
see?
it in and then boom.
That's why I didn't know that.
Learn something new every day.
You did good. You did good.
Yeah?
Just
yeah.
on the last station, staying clear before you ring the bell.
Okay.
But we didn't get you any penalties.
Nice, nice.
All right.
Was that the
Nobody
limo?
had any points there. I think only one person so far got 2 points.
really?
So like that,
Damn.
you got 0.
Damn.
But you got the station though.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. I only give you like extra 6 additional points. That's all.
Sometimes it's enough to
But,
win, man.
Hey, you got some points there. You're the only one so far.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
Hey, Selvin, you all right? Hey, Jamie, Sean, looks like we have an unresponsive climber. It's really hot today. I don't think he's been drinking water, probably heat stroke. I'm gonna inspect him when I get up there. I don't see any power lines around. There's no hazards up in the tree. He was deadwooding it, so he got most of it out. There's no stinging insects, no animals that I can see. The only hazard that we do have is this pool down here, which we're gonna try to avoid. So I'm gonna get up there, inspect his system. I'm looking at his rope from down here. Everything looks good. His anchor point looks good. Looks like he left me an access line that looks good as well. Here is our job briefing. Please call 911. Let them know that I'm going to attempt a high angle rescue to get up there and inspect the victim, and if we can and everything looks good, I'm going to attempt to get him down. Let EMS know that we're at Hollow Park and towards the back. They can just drive up and they should be able to find us, but if not, we have the coordinates there as well so they can find us. So I'm setting up a canopy anchor here. I'm going to be going up on my rope runner. It looks like that's holding pretty good. Please let me know when EMS arrives as well, please.
Absolutely.
So we have a young Selvin up there. He's a little 25-year-old climber. He just hasn't been drinking his water today, unfortunately. So I'm just gonna go up and see what's wrong with him. All right. So as I'm going up, I'm gonna further inspect the tree as well. Like I said, I don't really see anything that's a hazard for me, so I can just get up there, and as of right now, I'm not seeing anything that would prevent me from attempting this rescue. So we'll continue up the tree. I'm inspecting it further. Everything's looking good. Like I said, I'm getting a better visual of the tie-ins. Everything's still looking great. Again, no hazards, so that's good for me. I'm looking at him. Looks like he's still breathing. Again, not non-responsive. Selvin, you all right? Yep, he's still not talking. But I think everything looks good to get him down. So just gonna try to lanyard in here. Sorry, bud. I know it's a little bit awkward. You know, I'm gonna lanyard in just for my own safety and so I can secure him. I'm inspecting him. Again, he's still breathing. There's no cuts, no lacerations. I don't think that there's any trauma to the head that I can see. He's wearing his helmet. It looks like he just passed out due to the not drinking water. He's super dehydrated, as I said. So I want to get him in a more comfortable position here if I can. Okay, further inspecting his equipment. Everything looks good. Just gonna test this system real quick, make a stopper knot here, make sure that the zigzag holds. Okay, it's holding him good. That looks good. Again, he's looking good. Nothing that would prevent me from bringing him down. Is EMS here yet? Not yet. Okay, well, I'm gonna get him down regardless. Just gonna hard connect. Everything's attached to me, so there's no loose gear. But I'm gonna hard connect to him so that we can have a better tether here. And I'm gonna try to unlanyard him and try to package him a little bit better to get him down. All right, it looks like his lanyard's good. Again, climbing system's still good.
1 minute, climber.
Okay. Are we good to descend? Are we all clear? All right, groundies, please be ready to help me out with him once I get down there. Have some water ready or something so we... Okay. Okay, coming on down. All right, descending. Oh, sorry, bud. Sorry.
His leg's supposed to over up. Yeah, hang on a second. His leg's over and
I'll disconnect myself. Are we out of time?
Yeah, you're out of time.
Oh, I'm out of time.
good job, bud.
Damn.
Good job, man. You're jamming.
That's a freaking shit show.
You're jamming.
Trying to position yourself there is what really kills it.
You did great. Scored a bunch.
Damn, getting to that motherfucker's a bitch, bro. Yeah, that transfer,
Getting back to the trunk.
it's trying to get him off the lanyard that really kills there.
Yeah.
So having a super short tether is going to be helpful if you have one,
Yeah.
because otherwise it's just a bitch.
I'm just gonna use. I'm gonna lanyard in, then I'm gonna use his lanyard on. Put his lanyard on me. Yeah.
Yeah.
See what happens. I don't practice this enough.
Good
Dude,
luck,
that was
bro.
like your verbal was amazing on that. Like
Yeah.
it was better than anyone else I heard today. So.
That's where you get the most points.
Yeah.
That's why I keep telling guys, like, talk. It's
Yeah.
hard in the moment. I know it's hard, but like, that's how
You
you
sounded very
most people
professional.
win.
Like very good.
There's a lot of shit I missed too.
Yeah. Well, I mean, all those points count though. So. Good.
Good luck, brother.
Yeah. Good luck. Thank you.
There's a sign in over there. It's pretty important that we know where we're at in case anything bad happens to me. I need to have a bit of a rescue plan. Bruce, will you come get me if anything happens? Charlie, will you be sure to call 911 if anything weird, you know, some got anybody sounding these trees today? All those. As I'm looking around, you know, I'm trying to make my work plan as I go. Bit of a weaker union up there. I'm going to keep an eye out for, make sure I don't tie it to in a specific way to stress it out some more. My work plan, I'm going to go up this tree, hopefully set an aerial anchor if I can. I'll work my way back to the handbell tree. Finish over here with the pump bob. You're audible. Stand clear.
There.
Nice sunny day. I don't think we have much weather to worry about. Hopefully the thunderstorms hold off. Planning to double back this and got trucks. Get in there. Right? Are we alright with the aerial anchor on that? Trunk. Stand clear, just a little throw line coming out. I don't want anybody to get whipped in the eye.
There's no one.
The tree and he's looking around at
Can you hear the H in there? Whip.
I just came across some pictures of him to show you. But the great thing with catch squirrels and shaking them
What are they doing?
Try and keep this nice and tidy because I know I got a lot of systems. A lot of gear going up and down and back and forth. Good job, Jake. Yeah, it's in there. Work it back and forth. Yeah. One foot? Yeah. Okay. I think there's a little...
Not that.
Maybe the goalie.
Lemonade or what?
What's up?
I was saying, his chest is his chest up on that.
Oh man.
There's two, that's two. Got two.
Easy, easy. Oh, nice.
Ah, yes, doing the intro and the outro at the same time. That is the beauty of editing. So we are back, currently making this video. Just wanted to touch up on a couple things, you know, a little debrief, because the purpose of these videos, as much as it is to entertain, I also like to kind of leave little bits of info if I ever come back and watch them, you know, for myself. And it's good to debrief, I feel like, you know, to kind of reflect on things that you learned, and I can record it, you know, here for myself, where it's easier to look back to. So yeah, with that said, just kind of some things to go over. There was a lot of mistakes that I made, which were kind of silly. So let's start with the actual event, right? It was very, very rushed. I'll just say that right off the bat. Like, I have nothing bad to say about the people hosting it or organizing it. I think that they did a wonderful job. I really liked how everything was, but a lot of the events felt really, really rushed. Might just be how they like to do things. Now, I also know that they were trying to beat the rain because there was a lot of rain scheduled that day, but we essentially ran through 20 plus people in one day, and that included gear check and everything all in one day, which is crazy. Like, we were done around 2ish, and we were doing masters around 2, which is kind of nuts when you think about it. But anyways, yeah, a lot of the events ran really, really rushed, which I did not like, especially when it came to my Ascent. You know, we can start there, I suppose. I did all my setup, everything was good. And then I had asked the guy if he could move the weight for me, you know, just under my foot. Now, I think that they had a lot of volunteers that were a little bit newer, so maybe they didn't quite fully understand how a lot of these events were running or were supposed to run, because you could definitely tell that some of the judges were a little bit behind, or not quite like right there with how they should score, or, you know, what the rules were exactly. So yeah, I just felt a little bit discombobulating when it came to doing the actual thing. And what I was saying about the Ascent was, I asked him to move that weight up, But instead, like the other guy just came in with the timer. He's like, "Hey, you ready?" I'm like, "Oh, I'm so in the zone." I just tell him, "Yeah," and they didn't move the weight. So when I kicked off to go up, my first couple of steps were into air because I don't have that weight tensioning the line. So the line is slack, and I'm thinking it's ready to go and weighted, and instead I just kick into air. Because if you've climbed on the Ascent Event, you know that you want that line tension to be able to get those steps up and for the ascenders to catch. Otherwise, you have to kind of lean yourself back more and your feet forward, almost like you're riding a bicycle. But that was one thing that caught me off guard. We'll move on to the throw line. Throw line. I got so hyper focused in throw line where I was just like, okay, don't make mistakes. Don't make mistakes. You're here to practice. You're here to do something. Put points on the board. And so they had one tree where we had to hit two different sides of the tree and they had marked it off with tape. But I was so hyper focused that I didn't realize I scored in the same spot, and neither did the judges. So I'm so excited. I hit my first shot. I had plenty of time, and then I end up throwing into the same side, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" After we had finished, then they tell me like, "Oh, you just scored the same side," and I'm like, "Oh, it felt so bad." But on the bright side, it wasn't here in Ohio, because I would have been even more mad if it was the case. But yeah, that was throw line. I mean, I still hit the shots, which I'm glad about, but it was a really silly mistake that I cannot make. And also on the Ascent Event, the ASAP thing, the locking mechanism was pushed on. So when I was descending, it locked on me. And I was like, why isn't this going down? I know I put it right. I even double checked it and everything. And then later I realized, oh, it's in a locked position. And that really kind of screwed me over. I had to kind of talk to the judges a little bit because I'm like, look, it was a mistake on my end where I didn't realize that it was in the lock position. Everything was properly oriented, but yeah, that's neither here nor there. Just silly mistakes, right? That I'm glad I did there because now it's in my mind, and then when I practice, I'll make sure not to do those when it comes to Ohio. So mark my words, when you see the Ohio video, it's going to be a lot cleaner. Belayed speed climb, that was my first event. Really silly mistake. I didn't follow the path, so I got up there and I lost crucial seconds going through the wrong path, and I had to bob and weave under the wrong limb that I had gone through. That was really silly. What else? Aerial rescue, I didn't get the dummy down. I was trying to do a lot of talking, which was really good. I think that's where I get hung up a lot of the times. But when it comes to aerial rescue and masters, I think I need to be quicker about getting up in the tree because I waste a lot of time down low. Now I just need to figure out a script that says everything that I need to say in a very concise way and get myself up. No power lines, no hazards, boom, everything looks good as of right now. High angle rescue, call 911, and then get up in the tree. But instead, I think I blabber mouth a little too much on the ground, which is where a lot of my time gets eaten up. And unfortunately, I didn't get the dummy down. I did score pretty decent though. I think I almost got, I think I was like 36 points-ish, and that was enough to get me in fourth place, So I was off of third place by, I think it was less than a point, which when you think about it, it's pretty crazy. If I had gotten that dummy down, I probably would have been either in third or second place. I forget what second place was point wise, but yeah, I probably would have gotten 4 extra points for getting the dummy down, and whatever discretionary points the judges would have given me, that would have been enough to push me into third place, which is kind of nuts when you think about it. Aerial rescue really does give a lot of points. So that's something to think about. Just getting up in the air a little bit quicker. Stop with the blabbermouthing too much, Just make the plan. make sure that 911 has been called, and then get up there, start moving. Where you really need to talk a lot is when you get up to the victim, right? So that's something that I'm going to keep in mind when it comes to Ohio. And then my work climb. So my work climb is where I always feel like it's my strongest event, right? Because I feel like I move through the canopy really well, but I don't think I scored that high, and I tried to slow it down a little bit more. I I made a couple of silly mistakes, like the pulse all station. Instead of going underneath like everybody else did, I accidentally went over a limb, and you guys will see in the video, or have already seen it at this point, where I went over a video. So that kind of forced me to have to pull myself up and over that limb again after the pulse all station. I lost a lot of time at the pulse out station because it was a long freaking reach. So I had to adjust myself like multiple times, which I lost a lot of time on there. Log toss, I slowed it down this time around. Like, first toss was super close. Second toss, get it in. Everybody goes hype, and then that's just more motivation. Limb walk, I swear on everything, I tried my best to go slow with it. And unfortunately, I get hit with a gust of wind as soon as I'm out on the tips and just bottom it out. There were very few people that actually scored. So I slowed it down, and I had it in my mind, like, slow it down, slow it down. You got plenty of time. Landing, I really did try the landing. The angle was really awkward, and it was just really weird. I'd seen a lot of people try it, and I keep thinking, trying to reflect what I could have done better to get that more motion that way, and maybe I could have ran a little bit harder around and over, but it's just hard to judge, right? It was just a really awkward angle. But yeah, that was the preliminaries. I came out 4th overall, but I don't feel like I deserve it with a lot of the mistakes that I made, to be honest with you. And then Throwline, they ended up giving me the points because the judges had made a mistake of not when I went to score the second time, and they told me it was good to get scored, and then I wasted all my time setting up the rope and the canopy anchor. But instead, they should have told me, like, no, you can't score it, because obviously I've already scored on that side, right? So they ended up giving me those points, which, again, like I said, I don't feel like I deserve it because of that, but it is what it is. There was a lot of goofy stuff going on. But yeah, and then we get to Masters, right? So a buddy of mine, shout out to Val, we did the Masters run the day after, because we ended up getting rained out during the Masters run. 2 guys went, and the one guy scored so high, he just basically won it all. We ended up running the Masters afterwards just to kind of see where we're at, and quickly I realized, like, oh, okay, this is something else. Like, you get 25 minutes to climb these 3 trees, and you have to hit, it was 1, 2, 3, 4 bells, right? To climb these 3 trees. And then I realized, like, oh yeah, okay. It's definitely a little bit different when you're put on the spot. Like, it's way different than normal work. Normal work, you can hit that throw line 100 times. So I'm grateful that I stuck around. I would have preferred to go home sooner, but that was kind of nice to run an actual Masters run, because then now I'm like, oh, okay, I'm definitely not ready, but I have it in mind of, like, where I'm going wrong, right? Because when Val and I ran the Masters run, my biggest thing was I spent too much time, again, blabbermouthing on the ground and throw ball. I don't know what it is, but just everything goes out the window when it comes to throw line. All my confidence goes away, and it sucks, because at work I feel like, I can hit really good shots, but I think where I need to start doing better is, okay, double bagging, getting in the rhythm of double bagging, because I can be accurate, but there's days where the accuracy isn't it. So just overthrowing the shot, getting the double bag in. And I think I've been too focused on trying to be precise when sometimes it's just better to overshoot, especially in Masters. You don't want to spend so much time on throw line. It's better to overshoot, especially on those first shots, because those are points. Like, the more that you shoot, the less points they're going to give you. So, a lot of valuable lessons learned. Again, I completely just love and adore climbing competitions because of this. It gives me a lot of things to self-reflect, and no matter how good I feel like I can get, or like I am at work, when it comes to the climbing competitions, I feel like I'm the new kid, you know, like there's so much for me to learn, so much progression that still I need to achieve. Sometimes, not gonna lie, it feels daunting because I'm also not like super young anymore, right? But it gives me something to strive for, you know? And so to me, that's like a super awesome feeling, because trying to aimlessly go through all this without a goal in mind, it's just like life, you know? When you don't have anything really that your mind is focused to, you can just walk aimlessly and never really achieve anything. But with the climbing competitions, it's just another outlet for me to kind of pour my passion and my love for this to better myself, and all those things that I learn I can pass on to others to hopefully inspire that same passion in other people, you know? That's the way that this industry is going to excel. So yeah, if you're an arborist and you've been climbing for a while and you're kind of lacking that, or you're trying to find what the next step is, hey, check out a tree climbing competition. You're going to find a lot of humble people, really cool people. That's another thing. I met a lot of cool dudes out in Connecticut. So if you guys are watching this, yo, what's up? It was nice meeting all you and seeing all you and learning from all of you. So it was just overall a really great time. It was great seeing the homies too. So shout out to them. And I think I've blabbered on enough. I don't really have much more to say about that. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the video. Make sure to like and subscribe if you did, you know, to keep up with the content. I'm going to be recording home state. Hopefully nothing bad happens. Knock on wood, right? But yeah, hopefully it'll look a lot cleaner, a lot better when it comes to home state. And if I'm lucky, Masters this year, I'm gonna manifest it for myself, you know. Maybe I'm not ready, but hey, I don't think I'll ever be. But once I get on that stage, I just want to show them that, you know, I'm a force to be reckoned with too, you know. I know I got a lot to learn, but I'm also a guy that knows a thing or two. So with that being said, we'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.